Ever wonder how you can hear a gate change announcement? Like crystal clear over the roar of a jet engine in a packed terminal.
Right. I mean, it's not just about turning up the volume.
Yeah, exactly. It's about, well, invisible engineering. Welcome to today's deep dive. We're tearing apart a spec sheet from HDTVSupply for the QSC AC-S6T-BK acoustic coverage loudspeakers.
Quite a mouthful, but yeah, it's a great piece of hardware.
It really is. Okay, let's unpack this. We're looking at a $400 pair of surface mount speakers. And our goal for you today is to, strip away the marketing speak and look at the physical mechanics.
Right. Like, how does this hardware actually fight acoustic chaos in commercial spaces?
Yeah, because, to understand that, you have to look at the acoustics as a localized solution to a physical problem, right?
Spot on. So these speakers, they run a 6.5-inch polypropylene woofer paired with a 1-inch aluminum dome tweeter.
Which is pushing a 60 hertz to 20 kilohertz frequency range.
It-
We all know the standard woofer and tweeter split, that musical division of labor. But what catches my eye is that 1-inch aluminum dome.
Yeah, the aluminum is key.
Because aluminum is incredibly rigid.
Mm.
Does that rigidity physically prevent the cone from, flexing when it's pushing out those high frequencies?
It absolutely does. When you are dealing with conferencing or overhead paging, the crucial frequencies for human speech.
Like the sibilants.
Yeah, the sibilants, those really crisp consonants, they all live in that higher 4 to 8 kilohertz range.
Right.
So the rigid aluminum tweeter pushes those frequencies out without distorting the sound. It ensures that a voice cuts right through ambient noise rather than turning into, a muffled hum.
Okay, so the tweeter guarantees the vocals slice through the local noise. But clarity doesn't really matter if the sound only hits the front row of a conference room.
Oh, for sure.
So how does this acoustic setup physically project across a massive space? Because the specs highlight a 130-degree conical coverage. And here's where it gets really interesting.
It does.
Wait, a 130-degree sweep sounds great on paper, but doesn't shooting sound that wide just bounce it off every hard surface and create a massive echoey mess?
Well, what's fascinating here is that the engineering specifically controls that dispersion.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a precisely shaped 130-degree cone that maintains consistent volume and frequency response across that entire angle.
Wow.
So instead of bouncing randomly, you get a wide, controlled blanket of audio. And functionally, this provides a massive architectural and, financial efficiency.
Wait, does a wider audio cone literally mean you could just buy fewer speakers to cover the same room?
Exactly. You can install significantly fewer speakers to cover the exact same square footage without leaving dead spots.
That makes a lot of sense.
Right.
So broader coverage naturally reduces our overall hardware footprint.
Right.
But if we are relying on fewer speakers to blanket a room, the units we do use, they really can't fail.
No, they cannot.
And I see they have a UV-treated ABS enclosure and an IP44 dust and water resistance rating. So they are definitely ruggedized, not exactly a delicate indoor flower.
Definitely not. But if we connect this to the bigger picture, the electrical adaptability is just as critical as the physical toughness.
Okay, how so?
Well, the back panel features a 4-pole Euroblock connector and a 70 or 100-volt transformer, along with an 8-ohm bypass.
Let's break that down, because that 70-volt transformer is really the secret to scaling here, isn't it?
It absolutely is. I mean, in a standard 8-ohm setup, you have to run a dedicated wire back to the amplifier for every single speaker.
Which is fine for a single high-fidelity conference room.
Right, but you can't do that across an entire airport terminal.
That would be a nightmare.
Total nightmare. The 70-volt line lets you daisy-chain dozens of these speakers on a single wire, run over incredibly long distances without losing power or signal quality.
Wow, okay.
And the fact that the speaker has an 8-ohm bypass means you can use the exact same unit for a short-run boardroom setup or a sprawling multi-zone system.
So what does this all mean? When we decode the data, we find that the QSC AC-S6T-BK is designed for maximum efficiency. It uses rigid materials to project crystal clear vocals, utilizes controlled 130-degree dispersion to minimize hardware costs.
Yeah, the efficiency is huge.
And it includes the electrical transformers necessary to scale seamlessly from a local office to an outdoor transit hub.
It really is a versatile tool. But, this raises an important question for you to ponder.
What's that?
The next time you are standing in one of those sprawling, bustling environments and hear a perfectly intelligible announcement, think beyond the speaker itself. Consider psychoacoustics.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, how much is the physical architecture of the building, like the acoustic paneling, the angles of the ceiling, the flooring materials, actually working in tandem with those audio frequencies to manipulate exactly how your brain processes the sound?
That is definitely something to think about.
Yeah.